All right. What it is, what it is. I'm your main man, Mikey D, aka Stony Mike, and I'm here to give you a nice little Stony playthrough. But before we get into that Stony playthrough, as you can see, we got to get nice and stony. Doing that, I'm in the process of that. I'm way ahead of that. But we got to also react to something as we normally do. In this one, we're going to try not to laugh. We're going to try not to laugh at these cringy ass SJWs who are doing some of the most extra ass shit in the world. And look, I used to get angry at some of this shit, but over the years it's become so asinine, so moronic. You can't help but just want to laugh at it. So today we're gonna try not to laugh at it. Today we're gonna try our fucking hardest not to laugh at this shit. And I am going to smoke my joint and fucking watch some relatively older shit. It's this particular video is about 8 months. I think it's about 8 months old. Check it out in the original description. Be sure to go over there and like their channel and whatnot. Now, let me pull this up. Here we go. All right. So I know exactly. I have because I remember. I remember this. This is one of those that this is you know they kind of anger you when they go this route, but I've learned that if you just laugh at these people, yeah, you just think you really don't have no better weapon against these kind of people than just to laugh at them. Just laugh at them, see what happens. All the little clockwork in their fucking head go crazy. Oh, I ain't got it plugged in here. Hold on. Announcement. Man.
Public service announcement. Excuse me. If y'all didn't know, this is the MSC, and frankly, there's just too many white people in here, and this is a space for people of color. So just be really cognizant of the space that you're taking up, because it does make some of us POCs uncomfortable when we see too many white people in here. It's only been open for 4 days, and frankly, there's the whole university for a lot of y'all to be at, and there's very few spaces for us. So keep that in mind. Thank you.
If you guys know me, I'm really passionate.
Oh shit. My chair has arrived. My chair has arrived. The next time you see me sitting here, I will have a nice. You probably won't be able to see it. The reason why I do the backdrop, by the way, I probably haven't explained that, is because it's just too blank behind me. It's very blank. So once I get everything, because I have a whole bunch of shit that I want to put up there. Once I actually have the time to do that, I will actually no longer have a backdrop. You'll be able to see what's behind me, which is literally just a wall and a fucking window. So, so I don't want to be bland looking. So I'd rather have a backdrop like that put up until then. But yeah, finally gonna have a better chair because this chair is a pain in the ass, quite literally. Anyway, before I get too excited about the chair, though, I do want to say something about uh, Miss Look at Me bitch that was just on there. I'm not 110% sure what the fucking abbreviation was because people in colleges are always making up a new abbreviation to make themselves feel good because they are the epitome of the look at me girls. Every last one of them, even the guys, they're all about trying so hard to have some kind of, I guess attention would be the word, but I don't know. Wow. This is the look, ain't it? Like, this is the look that you can escape from if you are an SJW right here. This particular, like, can we just, like, eat this shit? Just the fuck right the fuck out of here? Like, that whole look. Like, why does that have to be the look for liberal people? Like, liberal minded people. Why does that have to be the look? You know, used to, this was the punk look, and this was the look to you would want to be, but nowadays everybody who calls themselves punk aren't raging against the machine. They're raging for a machine, a part of the machine. I've never in my entire life saw so many fucking people who actively want to be a fucking walking hypochondria, or not hypochondria, but a walking fucking conundrum. Like that because all right, you can, like, there's this group of people that like to call themselves ANCOMs. Okay, you cannot be for an authoritarian government structure and at the same time be an anarchist. You just can't. Those contradict each other. Those two ideologies contradict each other. Communism and anarchy contradict each other. Even on paper, because now let's be real. On paper, communism always looks fucking wonderful. It does. It's always looked wonderful. To everybody. That's why there's so many fucking teenagers who fall for it. There's so many young minds who fall for it. It looks wonderful. But the problem is humans are too fucking flawed to put something like that into practice without it turning into disaster. It's been done thousands of times. We have hundreds of years of proof of this shit. This is not something that, I'm making up because I hate it. It's something that is there. It's been done. Thousands of people have died because of it. That being said, this look has always been synonymous with these people. And it's never, and not always, because punks used to be the bright haired colored people and shit, and you would never heard them ever shill for any side of the government. They would have been more like me and bash on both sides. When someone says something good, a logical mind will agree with it, whether they're a Democrat or a Republican. Because I've heard numerous people from liberal minds to conservative minds speak truthful statements, and I have agreed with them. That doesn't mean that I'm a liberal or a conservative. It doesn't mean that I am a fucking Democrat or a Republican. It just means I just so happen to agree with them in that moment in time. I wish, the punk scene that exists today would kind of go back to the roots and be like, fuck all sides. Because then we'd see a little bit of different. But anyway, rant aside, this is the look. It's always been the look. If you guys know me, I'm really passionate about people of color. I bet you are, bitch.
About POC. If you don't.
This is very weird for her to say this. I know it's a form of virtue signal, but it's very weird, and I'm always weary of people that say shit like this. Because it's like, they're that guy who always just like, well, I have a couple of black friends, and they say that when they're trying to say that they're not racist. You know, those guys. This is this fucking same thing. This is the equivalent. This is the virtue signaling equivalent of that. Of someone who is trying to hide something. They're trying to hide something. I don't know what it is, but it's usually some form of, you know, I wouldn't say hatred, but more so like a superiority complex. And it's usually from people like this. They're hiding it very, very, very hard. Very, very hard.
You don't know what POC means. It means people of color, not to be confused with colored people. It's not the same thing. Stop saying that.
She really see what the fuck? No one would have said. See, that's what I'm saying. That was in her own head. That was in her own. That was in her own fucking head. No one said that. She said it. See what I'm saying? I told you I'm right every fucking time when I have these like really, really uncanny, strong gut feelings about people, and when I feel that, I 99.9% chance I'm correct. It's just some kind of weird instinctual knowledge that I've, because it's not even instinctual knowledge. If you've experienced these people one time and you register how they act, the other people who are acting like that are going to be easy to spot. I've experienced people like this. I went to school with a girl named Brittany who fucking was just like this. Just like this. He even looked like this, except she had short black hair that was like down to here, and she would cut it in the old school parent, like the Karen cut. She would cut it like that, but back then it was like a scene haircut or whatever, so it was like whatever. Anyway, the point is, bitches fucking got some secret prejudices or superiority complexes that she's trying to like hide, and it doesn't. No person who cares about their fellow man, whether they're black, brown, or yellow, has to fucking acknowledge or put up this like, I really care about you, you person of color. Like that, no one has to do that. No normal thinking person has to do that to show love to their fellow man and woman. Okay, like that. You don't have to do that. What you do is you just treat them like a normal human being. You treat them like you would your best fucking friend, and then move the fuck on. That's the best thing you can do. Going about this seems very obvious what you have inside of your head, and I feel like maybe there's like a form of guilt that they're feeling. Like maybe these people are feeling some kind of guilt for feeling the way they feel. So that's the reason why they do what they're doing, and they're expressing it in this manner, and it's just not good. It's not healthy.
Rid of all the white people.
How is eating meat racist?
Oh, she wants to get rid of all the white people. Oh, she's one of those people. Oh my god. Like I said, they're hiding things. They're hiding things. But she wasn't really hiding. If I would have let it play out, you would have heard her say some of the most dumbest shit. Because just that last little bit that I heard tells me exactly what the fuck she was about. She's one of those people that it's like self-hatred kind of things. It's all right. They usually 86 themselves from this existence, so it's all good. How is eating meat racist? Oh god, we got this fucking dumb shit. This is a fucking dumbass right here.
I'll gladly tell you. Looks like we've got an oppressor on our hands.
Okay.
What? Bitch, you probably descend from them. What are you talking about? You talking, man, yet again, self-hatred.
So, during slavery times, slaves did not
We about to get, we about to get ourselves a fucking history lesson from fucking Little Miss old fucking.
get to eat the same things as their masters. They get the scraps that no one wanted. Chitterlings.
Watch your
Now,
profanity.
that black people have overcome slavery, they developed a rich barbecue culture to make up for all the meat eating that they lost out on. So when you go to the store and you buy a piece of meat as a white person, you are actively taking away a piece of meat that could be being enjoyed by a survivor of ancestral slavery.
This bitch is racist as fuck. And she's stupid. Please tell me they roast the fuck out of her at school. Please tell me that they tore her a fucking new one and she can't even go back to public school. Please tell me that's what happened. Cause dear God, that is the most moronic thing I've ever heard in my life. In my life. Now, granted, barbecue is a really strong Southern culture. It's a strong Southern culture. Has been for many fucking years. And people will argue about it being this and that. But the thing is that it's a part of Southern culture. Southern culture. It's not a white or black thing. People fail to forget that there was Irish slaves. Many were owned by the French down in the South. And the thing about an Irish slave is they were a dime a dozen and they could be killed just as easy as anything. And they were most of the time. They were most of the time killed to be replaced with a black person. And unfortunately, that was slavery. It was a horrible fucking thing, and every culture in this existence has either suffered or profited off of slavery in some form or fashion. It was a horrible human atrocity. Now, we've pushed that to the farthest corners of the world. It's in small places now. To say that a whole culture of eating certain ways is based off of one particular group's issue with slavery or comeback from slavery seems very, 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 very peculiar. There's a word that I'm looking for. I can't quite think of what the word is, but there's a type of person who does this, and they do it in a way where it doesn't look like they're being malicious, but they're very much and so being malicious. This is I hope she got roasted like hell. This is not somebody who's smart in any form of fashion. In any form of fashion. I hope she makes amends for saying such dumb, stupid shit. But I have a feeling she's going to continue.
Eating meat is not only racist, but it's also anti-Semitic.
Because it's pork? Because most of the time it's pork? Is that what it is? See, you know what? This is why I don't like people who go that route and try to use things to say these things, to try to victimize themselves so that way they can be malicious towards other people. It's like a form of like, I'm a victim, so I get to fucking turn other people into victims. It's a really dumb fucking mentality, and leave it to a bitch who looks really uppity like this to fucking do
During
it.
the Holocaust, Jews did not get to eat meat in
Oh, shut up and fucking.
Before standing up, could you please sit down and get into a seat so that so there aren't so many people moving around? And now we're going to move on to the resolutions and
Very
amendments
brief.
committee.
Very brief point of information. If you are using a microphone, talk into it directly like I am right now, and do not wave your face back and forth because people cannot hear you. That is all.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for the point.
We are going to need a party that will organize working people to fight for the demands that we want and to win socialism. Thank you so much.
Right, right.
Quick point of privilege. Quick point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Guys,
Did they say quick point of personal privilege? I feel like this is a whole room full of special people, and there's a few of them that aren't, and they're trying to like corral them all together and get. Call me a fucked up person, but that's what it seems.
first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him.
My dude just came out of nowhere with all these motherfucking pronouns out of nowhere. He, him. Bruh, we know you are a he, him. You have a receding hairline. You got a beard. We know you are he, him, okay? You ain't got to tell nobody.
Just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please.
Alright, so here's the thing. And anybody who is autistic knows this. And you can't fucking go into public, even as an autistic person, and expect this kind of thing to happen. Sensory overload or not, you're gonna have to figure out something, man. Wear some fucking headphones or something. Like, what the fuck are you doing there?
Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to
This is Matt Walsh fucking with people. That's what it is. It's Matt Walsh fucking with people.
a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Okay, is there a...
Oh God, comrade. Thank you, comrade. Do you know your ancestors more than likely got fucking goat fucked by some fucking comrade, and you're fucking over here? Thank you, comrade. This is horrible.
speaker against name chapter pronouns?
Point of personal privilege.
Oh my God.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Oh my fucking God. I just want to hear what his point of personal privilege was. One more again.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Go back to special ed!
Okay.
Point of privilege. Can I reiterate that we, for the sake of our comrades who have sensory issues, refrain from hissing, loudly shouting out your opinion on a vote, or waving banners and signs that reflect your vote in front of people?
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you.
Well, then I guess that leaves you with not fucking saying a goddamn thing. Man, my point is, why would someone with sensory issues go to a convention like this, for one? Why would they go to a convention where most of these people screech their fucking point of view across everyone? Like, there will be someone over here going, "No, that's not right!" Just screaming out of nowhere. Because this person used the wrong pronoun. I'm just using that as an example. But I'm just saying, that's the kind of shit that happens at these places. We see it all the time. You can't say that it don't, but We got plenty of proof of that. That's not something that's completely far from the truth or possibility of happening of it, because it happens.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Brian Laverne, he, him from Houston. I will begin reading this.
Yet again, bruh, we can fucking see. You have a whole beard here, or not a whole one, but it's there. You have facial hair. Okay? You have broad ass shoulders. We know you a damn he, him. You don't have to do that. Like, this is so weird.
Summary. In the complete report.
Point of personal privilege. There are people at the.
Dude, she looks like a fucking militant bitch.
Back who are having problems hearing. Thanks.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now, we are going to...
Point of information, could you please let us know how many delegates there are?
Credentials Committee report.
Thank you.
Does that make sense? No. Yes, could you get to the mic, please?
Hi, I am NDP from Los Angeles, they, them pronouns. Could I please ask the chair to, there was a previous point of privilege about waving around signs.
There is no such thing as they, them. You say it in a sentence, and that is it. You like they are over there. You know? You use it when it's proper for fucking a sentence. But you do not gender yourself that. I'm sorry. That's not that they're two genders. Two genders. Get pissed, get bent. I don't give a fuck.
That it is distracting to other comrades. I have autism. This is distracting to me. I would like to ask our fellow delegates, please, to not wave around your signs, especially during...
Okay, so it's safe to say that this is an entire group of autists who want to be a communist and want to... Okay. Well, let me explain something to anyone who is an autist who might want to be a communist in the future. Communists have a tendency of gassing undesirables. And one of the key things that most authoritarian groups tend to view as undesirables as people who have any form of disability. I do not see autistic people as someone with a disability, but if you have these kind of issues, they won't be looked at in such a great way, especially by a communist. So just know that you might get gassed wanting to be one of those people. Oh, Lord. It's just going to continue, ain't it? Oh, it goes on forever. Oh, wow. Wow, that's incredible.
Someone to motion for a recess so that we could go get lunch, which was... Gender is a spectrum, whereas you could be...
I really want to hear what she has to say, because she said something that just, it makes me wonder if that's all she actually was there to say, It just... No. Okay.
Sorry, you
Never
can't
mind.
do that.
Point of personal privilege, please.
Point of personal privilege. That is the weirdest, strangest, that is an odd statement. Point of personal privilege. And to be honest with you, it looks like it's annoying the piss out of people. Especially the Asian chick that was up here. Right over here. She does not look like she really likes hearing that. But she's like, thank you, comrade. Thank you, comrade. Thank you, comrade. Goodness. I can't get behind anything like this. It's just, and and don't get me wrong, I don't like no form of redneck bullshit either. Okay, I've been mistaken because of my accent numerous times for some dumb bullshit. I ain't into that shit either. I think all of this shit as a collective bullshit is dumb. Should never be done. But anyway.
Yes, what's your personal privilege?
Hi, so I know that this is kind of annoying. I know it's taking a while, but we want this to be done right. We are a democratic
He's getting impatient about something.
Organization. We want to do this right.
So at this point, it would be in order for someone to motion for a recess so that we could go get lunch, which was gender is.
She was about to say.
That's a huge bitch.
She was about to say it was supposed to be done a long time ago or some shit like that. She was literally about to say that we were supposed to be going to get lunch a long time ago. Y'all better go feed her. She's about to go get hangry. She's gonna get hangry. She like, man, watch what happens.
It's a spectrum. Whereas you could be male or female, non-binary means you could be neither. And yet, it could also mean that you feel like both.
World. Nobody needs
Yeah. No. You can't. No. Those types of people are flat out delusional.
You to advocate for how difficult it is to use gender-neutral pronouns. Nobody said that the gender binary was easy. These are not my preferred pronouns. These are my pronouns. You will use them, or you will not refer to me.
I will not refer to you. I will ostracize you and push you to the farthest points of my mind and society, and you will no longer thrive. You will fucking starve. Happy? You could either be a human, or you can dehumanize yourself by giving yourself they, them, their pronouns. Because that's dehumanizing yourself. And listen, if you're not wanting to be a human, you don't get human rights either. Like, there's all kinds of things that come along with this. If you want to identify as an animal, you can get animal rights. You want that? You know, that'll be fucking wonderful. God damn it. I trying so hard, but I don't like people with this mentality nor this attitude. Like, you can't force someone to call you these. It doesn't even make sense, and it is really dehumanizing to call a human this.
At all. If you misgender me by mistake, fix it and move on. I don't need your elaborate apology.
You're not getting one. And I wouldn't be so passive aggressive with people because you have easy targets to maim your face with. Easily pulled and ripped, and would have you screaming and crying, begging your mommy and daddy to come and find you. This is some bullshit. Like, I hate people like this. I can't stand them. I don't understand why people like this even fucking exist. I do not like them. I do not like them. That's when you can use that proper term, by the way. See, when it makes sense to use that, because you're grouping people together, you know, usually them as a whole bunch of people. It's dehumanizing as fuck to call a person, a singular person, them, they, their, unless it requires it in an actual sentence. It just sounds dehumanizing as fuck. And I can't be nice to people that are like this. To me, it's part of a problem. And what do you do with problems? You fix them.
I don't care how many times you say sorry.
Nobody's saying
Just
sorry.
Don't do it again.
We're gonna continue to do it.
If someone else misgenders me, it is never your job to tell.
Because you look like a fucking she. You're born a she, so you're gonna continuously look like a she. Get over it.
Tell them that it's okay. Because it isn't. I get it. The discussion of the...
It's okay. I'm gonna continuously tell them that it's okay just because it pisses you off. I'm gonna continuously do something to piss you off and make you scream until your little head pops.
Gender spectrum confuses you, and that's fine. But if you don't know anything about it, don't speak on it.
Alrighty, everybody, repeat after me. Asexual, pansexual, bisexual, trans people, and non-binary people are 100% valid and definitely part of the LGBTQ community. And if you don't like that, suck my dick.
So not all men is trending.
I'd rather not, and I don't care. That sounds like a in your own group kind of problem. I don't think anybody outside of the LGBTQLRP alphabet mafia even gives a flying fuck. So suck my dick, bitch. Fucking talking mad shit. So, not all men is trending. Wait, what? Watch the... Oh, yeah, okay, I think I remember this.
I'm gonna say it. Yes, all men. And why do I say all men? Because the patriarchy has taught us to be misogynistic and sexist as part of our culture. They're in control of that. Even women are taught to self-oppress. And women undo that at an early age because... well, we live it. We live that oppression. We live with the fear of never being safe, no matter where we are. And it's
the price is wrong, bitch.
Or trans women. So, yes, all men, because you guys need to hold each other accountable in moments when no one else is there. You are the first line of defense.
Okay. This is dumb shit. All men who have decency in them treat women with the respect that they deserve. What does that terminology mean? That they deserve what that woman has put into getting. This is a give-take world that we live in. Plain and simple. You give, you take. Give, you take. Give, you take. There's nothing else. Come on. This wonderful and beautiful thing has decided to come and see me for how long? How long are you going to see me today? Huh? About 5-10 minutes, and then you're going to take off running back to the door. Get on up there and lay down, and I got something for you. There you go. But yes, nevertheless, give-take world that we live in can't be the way you're wanting to be.
And this. We need you to hold each other accountable.
We do. Quit bitching.
Followed by the Royal Majesty.
It is Iota Wak Ishwit, the United States of America, and yes, Olympia, Washington, and its heritage is built upon the backs of black and brown indigenous people, and it was genocide, and genocide is an ongoing and reoccurring thing. It's a process that starts with making sure that people cannot live within the society's confines, and the only way they can survive is by breaking the rules. So I'd like to finish with saying that it would be really nice if people around this parts who preach progressiveness or preach acceptance and want to light up lights around buildings that are very governmental and symbols of oppression to do better and actually put more action rather than words. And
I would like to know what this dude would do if he was in control of a community and a group of guys came into that community and just took what they wanted, using their very logic that they have too, but did it with forceful action, a passive-aggressive action. What would this person do? These people have this duality. They have this mentality, this dual mentality where one side of them preach this lovey-dovey bullshit that, and saying and maybe even in their own practice looks good. But in the hands of other people, it is used in malicious ways. And they just preach this fucking bullshit that just goes on and on and on and on, and it's always this regurgitated talking point after talking point. It's annoying. It's like I don't get how I don't even get how this is a you laugh you lose. I have not saw one of these guys be funny. They're all angering because of how fucking jackassery they are. They have such hollowed out minds, man. Like, you know, they talk about fucking weed supposed to make you fucking. We all know it's false, but you know, they supposed to say weed makes you stupid. No, it don't. Clearly, it don't. It's making me fucking spot all this fucking dumb shit that shouldn't even be fucking. No human, no self-respecting human, period, would say some of the stuff that these people say.
Co-opt the symbols of my trans and gay siblings, while also having those very same symbols protected by people who are meant to eliminate us. How dare you? And how dare you even think about accepting an award for a place that you block off half of, therefore making it impossible for me to get around in the sea.
Okay, so I understand what he's whining about. He ain't got no way to roll around. And hey, listen, I see that everywhere, and we got decent sidewalks and stuff, but when it snows, nobody fucking. So it's obviously a whole state of Washington kind of thing. It has nothing to do with just this one simple place. All states don't give a flying fuck about people like this. Quit trying to appeal to the state. They don't care about you. Plain and simple.
I'm
just gonna skip past it because I don't want to see him slobbering all over himself trying to fucking
sponsor a Trans Day of Remembrance lighting in a building that has police, that has humans who are not on the side of the liberation of my sisters and my children. Heartspark Press and Unite were not invited to even be a part of the lighting of the ceremony. And you are telling me you're gonna light up City Hall to honor Black and brown trans women? You're gonna light up a City Hall that has police, and police are part of the problem. They kill my families. They make it unsafe to live. I urge you next year to not involve the police, to not light up your building.
That's a big game, man.
Put money where your mouth is and save my sisters.
Hello, City Hall.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
I know who it is. Y'all ever play Street Fighter?
My name's Lawrence. I work with Heartspark Press. I'm a tranny suffering in the conditions you create for us to not live in this city.
There are what and the what and the what? A what and the who and the why? Hold up. What the fuck? Hold up. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
I'm a tranny suffering in the conditions you create.
I'm a tranny suffering in the conditions you create is what they, them, theirs, zim, zam, 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 zim, sam, shim said. And I don't know how to go about breaking that down. Because don't like being called tranny? I thought tranny was supposed to be like a bad word for them now. Oh man, they make up a new word to be offended by like every fucking... They're absolute fucking failures at life. Like, anybody who makes up... And I'm not talking about people with gender dysphoria. I'm talking about people who are taking it to this fucking level of being so extra as fuck about it.
For us to not live in this city. I want to say that I am a person that values hearing out people's pain and talking to their hearts. And I feel like the people here at City Hall, they don't do that. You fuck with people's hearts. You create illusions.
Point of order, I'm going to ask that you refrain. This is broadcast live out in people's homes with families, young families.
My point is, you didn't care what I just said, which proves my point. You're not listening to my frustration and pain having to deal with people like you who are worried about what I'm saying or how I'm saying it instead of what I'm saying.
And you're not caring because there might be a child who has to be subjected to your fucking language that they're not normally subjected to. And then now they're going to have to question like, whoa, what is that? You know, of course, I don't know anybody in their right minds who hasn't exposed their children to such profanity, but you know, it is what it is.
Just like the illusions of this meeting, like this shit's nice, right? You get people in a room, they come to you with their problems, you say you care, but you don't really do anything about it. We go home, we come back again, there's no solutions. So I hope, but I'm very hopeless in change, especially when it's in the hands of
I feel like this is all bullshit. Like, this is all lies or some shit. Like, this is, like, put together to make specific people look bad. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is all cap.
Stop the cap.
Like, I really feel like this is all bullshit. Like, these are all people who are trying to make people who actually have a really bad mental illness that affects them. There's a certain mental illness that really truly makes them feel like they're in the opposite sex that they are born in. And I really think there's a lot of these people out here who are just doing the fake it till they make it kind of thing, and it's just not good. It doesn't end well. It doesn't bode well. Holy fucking hell! Holy fucking hell! Did y'all see that?
That's a huge bitch.
That was fun. I am done. I will be back later. I'm going to actually put together my chair, and I will be back later with an actual game stream. Until then, you folks stay nice and stony. I am out of here.